Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. How much do you love this Santa sign from Walmart that was like less than $15? I loved it, I wanted it, I needed it. As soon as I saw it, I said I know what I want to do with that because it's a little plain for me. I wanted to do a swag around it, so I took a 1/16 of an inch drill bit and drilled some holes along the side about every 4 inches. And I'm going to use that with some pipe cleaners to attach this garland that's left over from another project I had. It was just like the perfect amount. Getting these pipe cleaners through these little bitty holes was extremely frustrating, to say the least. But I got it done. I kind of wish that I had maybe gone up a size on the drill bit, just because I would have been able to get a needle through, and it would have made this whole thing a lot easier. It took, I mean, it was probably 30 minutes of me just trying to get these on here. And I'm making sure that they're at the top because I don't want the garland to hang down over the sign. It says Original Santa Claus at the top and Happy Holidays at the bottom. I didn't want the garland to interfere with that. It does kind of, like, it comes onto the sign a little bit, but it's not like obscuring anything. You can still see it says Santa. You can still see that it says Happy Holidays. The original Santa Claus at the top is kind of obscured, but that's just because my bow was wilding out. This bow is just, it's crazy. So I'm putting it on here, twisting it with the pipe cleaners, and I'm making sure that I am pulling the garland straight and making sure that it is locked down tight, because I want it on the border of the sign. I don't want it on the sign. I want it like on the top and on the side, but not on the sign, if you know what I mean. See, I'm just going through. I'm using like a reddish brown pipe cleaner. My red ones that I had were too red because it's like this is supposed to be a vintagey sign, so it's kind of a duller red, and this was the closest I had. But yeah, they had this sign, they had a snowman, and they had the deer that I used already in that other wreath. It was just this big. This is an 18 by 24 tin sign. I went back because I was like, I should have gotten the deer, I should have gotten the deer, I should have gotten the deer. And I went back the next day and they were all gone. There was not one left. So I was like, all right, maybe Walmart will, take the hint and give us some more vintage stuff next year, because it sold super quick. So I think the sign is really nice by itself, but it's me. I'm a bit much, so I wanted to add this swag on the side. And because I'm adding a garland on one side, I'm adding a bow, I'm adding a bunch of ornaments, it's gonna throw this off balance. So when I hung it, I had to kind of find that sweet spot, and while you would normally like just hang it in the middle, I had to hang it off to the side a little bit. It was fine. I mean, it's hanging up fine, but yeah. So I'm just continuing along with this, and if you want to know a great disgusting story about how terrible my Dollar General, not my Dollar General, sorry Dollar General, my Dollar Tree is, you can watch the long version tomorrow where I go into great graphic detail about Dollar Tree's ineptitude. At least my Dollar Tree. I can't speak for all of them. The one by me, I was disgusted by. So tomorrow, 7 a.m., you can get the long version, and it's super long because I go through every part of making this. Right now I am fluffing, and I'm going down on the left side and then, the other way when I get to the top. And this was a $20 garland I used. I got it from a grab bag. It's pretty nice. I mean, I think it's nicer than the $40 garland that was in the grab bag. And this was 9 feet instead of 6, so. But I end up covering so much of this, you don't need a super nice garland. You can just go get one from Walmart. Okay, so that is all on there and everything is fluffed out appropriately. And I think after this, we're gonna start making the longest bow in the history of the world. I don't know what that weird cut was, but whatever, we're dealing with it. So I have my ornaments that I'm using. I have my ribbon. I'm not using this ribbon, but I found it at Dollar General and I just thought it was so cute. I mean, I don't think I can put I don't think I can put Santa Claus ribbon on a Santa Claus sign. Maybe I can. I don't know. And this is from Walmart. I I almost bought this ribbon like 10 times before I finally bought it. I think everything else is from that candy stripe is from Walmart. Everything else is from Craft Outlet, the Harlequin, and that other black and white stripe, and that white one is from Dollar General, maybe? Yeah, I think Dollar General. So I'm just trying to figure out right now how big my bow is going to be, you know, what size I need to make the loops, twisting 2 pipe cleaners together just to give me a little extra length. And we're going all over the place. I think I started out with 4.5-inch loops or 4-inch loops, and then I just made everything a 1/2 inch bigger from there. It's like the next color will be, I think we just think it's black, will be 5, and the Harlequin's 5.5. The white is 6. The candy stripe is 6.5, and the houndstooth is 7. And as I'm going, I'm just adding it to the pipe cleaner just to make it a little bit easier. Look, I'm like, wait, what did I do? What's going on? Because I was so... I mean, if you watch the long version of this, you'll be like, what is going on with him? I have no idea. At one point, I just completely stopped talking, and it's just like me struggling to do anything. I've been feeling off lately, so it's like... See, I'm measuring again because I'm like, I just did this and I don't remember what size my loops were supposed to be. But yeah, I was a little concerned about using the more whimsical ribbon with the vintage sign. But in the end, I was like, well, I was kind of looking at it, and the whimsical was a choice that I made because I had that on hand, like the Harlequin, the stripe. And I know I was going to use black and red and white ornaments, so I was just like, let's just do this. And initially I was like, am I making the right choice? Like, I've already drilled this sign full of holes, and I know I'm going to put the garland on it. I just wasn't sure about the ribbon. But it really ended up coming out very nicely in my opinion. So here comes a good 10 minutes of me fluffing this bow. And I have started making hand bows just because I don't know, guys. My hands are, I mean, I hate to come in here and be like, oh, poor pitiful me. My hands are just, I'm not doing great with my hands. So having to hold that big stack when I pull it out of the Easy Bow Maker is a little bit difficult on me. And not getting it out there right or having it fall over is frustrating, and I don't do frustration. Like, it needs to be perfect the first time it comes out, or I'm just like, I'll just check out completely. So I started doing more stuff without the Easy Bow Maker, thinking that maybe it would be a little bit easier, and it kind of is. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. These are some big ornaments. I'm just snipping the tops off, and now I'm making some faux tails. I was going to leave these tails really long, but I didn't know how long to leave them, so I just cut them off the bow. And now I'm zip tying them together to make some tails to go along the left side. And I think there's 4 ribbons here. Yeah, so pushing everything away. And you guys are lucky you're not watching the long version of this, because it was the loudest video I've ever made. Every time I picked that sign up, it made like that, you know, like sheet metal thunder sound. But again, I think the long version is worth watching just to hear this horrible Dollar Tree story. And I'm taking these tails, they're all still attached to the rules, I think. They're zip tied. I'm gonna glue them underneath the bow and twist them in there too, just because y'all know if I'm making something, it's gonna be secure. And what these are gonna do is act as long tails for the bow, and they're gonna come down. I'm gonna bring them down the side, and then push them up a little bit to make like a poof. Like if we were doing deco mesh, we'd be making a poof. I got them all lined up, and I'm going to twist them off with some greenery. Now I don't want to continue that all the way down, so I'm going to pick 2 of them to cut off, and I think I could, yeah, I cut off the black and white stripe and the harlequin maybe? And then I'm going to take the houndstooth and the candy cane stripe, make another little loop, and then cut those off to hang down. This is something I used to do all the time when I was making wreaths, like to take the ribbon and kind of pull it across the wreath to take up space. I don't know why I stopped doing that. I think it's because I got in a situation where I wasn't making wreaths for a couple of years, but I saw one, a really old one that I took apart not too long ago, and I was like, I used to do this and it looked really good. So I'm pushing that off to the side again. It's making a whole lot of noise. I am just taking what's left of my ribbon and I'm cutting it into some 12-inch pieces-ish, 12-ish inch pieces, just to add to the top because I don't want to add more ribbon at the top like I did on the side. I just thought that would have been a little bit much. Yeah, I know I'm adding a garland to a 18 by 24 tin sign. It's already too much, but I didn't want it to be overwhelmed with ribbon. I wanted to have room for ornaments too. See, while I was doing this, my high school, which I live maybe 4 or 5 streets over from, like there's a lot of stuff between us, but it was Friday night and they were having a football game and I could hear the band playing. I was like, oh, how nostalgic. Even though I didn't go to any football games when I was in high school because, yeah, no. But I could hear the band playing and I was like, oh. It made me nostalgic to a simpler time when, you know, I didn't have to worry about my hands not working. You just had to worry about if my hair looked good. And it always looked good, so, you know. All right, where are we at with this thing? I turned it. This thing is so heavy too. Like it's not. The sign weighs like nothing. Like the sign weighs less than a baking sheet. But like once I had everything on it, I was like, oh, good God. So this is a big ornament from Family Dollar, I think. Like I saw it and I was like, is that white? That's weird. I want that. And it's got like some flocking stuff on it. So I'm adding that. And I haven't trimmed any of these ribbons yet, so they're kind of wild. And then I had a red ball from, I'm assuming, Dollar Tree. Oh good, you pulled out so we can finally see. I didn't know where that was going, and then I was like, oh, it needs like balance at the top, so it's gonna go at the top. And I think I end up accidentally putting like 6.5 pounds of glue on it. Yeah, way too much glue, but it's not going anywhere. So things are just kind of looking unkempt right now. This is a box of black, red, and white ornaments from Walmart. I think it was like $5, $6, something like that. I really wanted just the black and the white, but I ended up using some of the red and maybe a couple of the silver. I was trying not to use too much silver, but I like the shape of these white ones. They're kind of like those onion ornaments. And yeah, I'm just kind of making some clusters. There were only 5. I think we're 5. There was like 5 of each design. just get completely in front of the camera there, huh? See, I really like the black for Christmas. Like, it's not that, like, it's not really, like, unconventional anymore because it's been going on for a while, but I've never really, like, I've gotten into the ribbon a little bit, but I've always kept, like, the rest of everything really light and bright and fun. Um, but I really like these matte black ornaments. I think I'm gonna try after Christmas to at least grab another box or so. And I felt like there was a little bit missing up in that top right corner, which is your bottom left corner. Uh, so I added a piece of white, which I think I removed later just because it was not staying right with me. Like, I was like, eh. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep adding ornaments. I'm trying to find the ones that I want. Clustering them around where those ribbons kind of come together. And then this was a pick that I have been saving for the longest time. I ordered two of them. I used one in a wreath, and then I've been waiting for, like, what else am I going to use this for? And every time I was about to use it, I was like, no. I mean, it wasn't like a super expensive pick. It was just, it's something really nice for me. It was from Craft Outlet, and he's got a little bit of holly on his hat. And I thought that because this is kind of dark in general, that the lighter color leaves and the brighter leaves of the holly would, give it a little pop and fill in a little more. And they really did. They were like the thing that I was looking for. Whenever I'm making something, I'm always like looking for the thing. Whether it's a pick that I add or a different kind of ribbon or an ornament somewhere. But the holly really, it really finished it off nicely. And yes, that bow is still a mess. What am I doing? What am I talking about? Nobody knows. All right, so now I am working on the bow. I needed to move a lot of stuff around because it was covering up the original Santa text. So, some of it got pulled to the front, some of it got moved around, some of it got trimmed. And my video is completely frozen, so I have no idea what you're seeing right now. But I assume I'm still working on the bow because I know I did that for a while. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but here are some finished pictures. I think it came out really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope, if you can find one of these signs and you want to make this, if you just want to find the sign, good luck because mine were going like super fast. So thanks for watching, and the long version will be up tomorrow, and you can hear me talk about things and then not talk about anything for the longest time because I was exhausted. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.